Baldur's Gate 3 is a game with incredible depth to its mechanics and characters. There's a lot to explore and do, and a lot of little things you can easily miss. I've learned this from experience, so here's 15 things I wish I knew before starting Baldur's Gate 3. Number 1. Tab opens all character inventories at once. This can be very useful for transferring items between characters, seeing who has the best stat in something like Charisma for trading, and easily leveling up all your party members after they all ding. Number 2, you can click on an equipment slot to show all items you have that fit that slot. Very useful for checking if anything you've picked up on your travels can be equipped to an empty slot on any of your characters. Something is always better than nothing. Number 3, pick up or buy any trap disarm kits or thieves tools you find. You'll need them. Especially for traps, there's so many in BG3, and while you can find creative ways around them like dropping crates on top of gas vents or just face tanking the trap with a tanky character, it's useful to always have a disarm kit if needed. Number 4, you can right click and send any item you have to camp instantly. Never be encumbered on a long adventure again. You can easily pick these items back up when you need to sell or use them by just going to camp. Number 5, in a similar vein, camp supplies are actually pointless to keep in your inventory since you always go back to camp before you need to use them for a long rest. Just send them back home and don't clog your precious carry weight with 55 bottles of wine you picked up at the Waning Moon Tavern. Number 6, as with Larian's other masterpiece, Divinity Original Sin 2, holding left alt highlights all items and interactables in the area. Very useful for checking if you missed any small items or alchemy ingredients that you might want to pick up, or for finding specific interactables you might otherwise miss. Number 7, pressing the apostrophe key does a similar thing but for NPCs and characters. This can be nice for determining if an NPC will be immediately hostile to you since they will glow red, and for spotting anyone inside bushes or behind walls that you might not have seen otherwise. Number 8, alchemy is really strong. A lot of potions in this game give strong buffs until long rest, and the haste potion is one of the most broken things in the game. You can craft it with hyena ears, which you can get about 30 of in Act 1 alone, and it straight up gives you an extra action which can trigger bonus attacks or other effects, and this lasts 3 turns. Definitely do not sleep on alchemy. Number 9, you can change your dice color if you don't like the default by hitting this option button in the bottom left when making a skill check. Number 10, you can throw potions at people to splash their effects. You can also throw them on the ground and shoot them for an amplified effect. This effectively turns any character with healing potions into a pseudo cleric and is great for healing downed characters in a pinch. Number 11, pushing enemies off ledges, down ravines or into lava is a great way to win a fight you might not have been able to win otherwise. You can use the push skill on anyone, but Warlock's repelling upgrade for Eldritch Blast or the spell Thunder Wave are more consistent early game options from range. Be aware that if you can't access their body, you won't get any loot, so don't overuse this mechanic. Oh, and also keep in mind that the AI will absolutely do this to you given the chance. Don't stand on the edge of ravines no matter how tempting it looks. Number 12, turn-based mode is incredibly useful for getting past traps, stealth gameplay and other things. Shift space is the quick command for this if you need it in a pinch. Don't forget that this mode exists. Number 13, if you're rocking Gale as a wizard, give him a shield. He's a human, so he's proficient in them by default, and quarterstaffs are versatile, so he can hold them in one hand with a shield in the other. For a wizard build, you almost never care about the damage of his hand attacks using the quarterstaff, just the buffs and effects that it gives. So this way, you get a free +2 armor class on your wizard. Number 14, summons are extremely useful for almost any party. Whether it's a hunter summoning a raven or a cleric summoning a floating greatsword, these cost 1 action, or in some cases just a bonus action, and can not only use their action, bonus action and reaction, but can also soak up 1, 2, or maybe even 3 or 4 actions from enemies in fights. Summons are extremely net positive in terms of action economy, even if your build doesn't rely on them. And finally, number 15, when interacting with merchants, price is based on the character that interacted with them first, so always open a dialogue with merchants using your highest charisma character and any other bonuses like same race as the vendor, then swap to the inventory of whoever is selling and the prices will remain the same as if your high charisma character is selling. But that's 15 tips and tricks I wish I knew before starting my first BG3 playthrough. Any other tips I've not mentioned in this video? Leave them in the comments down below to spread the love and help people experience everything this incredibly deep game has to offer. Catch you guys in another one later on. Have a great day, and peace out, you nerds.